This is Jonathan Ying, designer of Heroes of the Grid, and you're watching Critony Entertainment. Critony, damn it.
Welcome to Critony Entertainment. I'm Chris.
I'm Bree.
And now that Christmas is over, it's time to do the Grinch who tried to steal Christmas.
It's Heximas.
We're going to tackle Heximas. This is an easy model. I'm going to say it. Nobody believes me. Everybody sees all the details, says this is a very complicated model. It is not. There's a couple strategies for tackling a model like this. You can work them in zones, or you can work them in color blocking. When I say working in zones, you look at something like Heximas and you'd say, let me tackle the legs or the boot, just even the boots. Let me tackle the torso. Let me tackle the arms. You go through all your color selection at one time, just in one area. Now that takes longer to paint it that way because you got to re-go through your color selection every single time. But you're going to make sure you don't miss anything. I chose to tackle Heximas in blocking, and I'm going to show you how you can block him pretty easily. And it all starts with Flesh Terror's Red. Very similar to how we do any Red Ranger, very similar to what we did Santa. We're going to take our Flesh Terror's Red, and we're going to look at a reference photo of Heximas, and every single place that Heximas has red, we are going ahead and we are base coating with this Flesh Terror's Red. And there are a couple times I do screw up in here. There's a couple of details I miss here and there. I go back and touch them up off camera, but there's a lot of detail going on Heximas. So if you're afraid that you're going to miss an area, maybe go with the blocking technique and maybe start with like left leg, then right leg, then torso, then left arm, then right arm, work your way up the body. But I still stand kind of by this colored blocking concept of, I look at the model, I figure out where all the colors are, and I tackle them one at a time.
Yeah.
And that's just how I like to paint. But either method, if you just keep a little patience, this is an easy miniature to paint. He's really not that hard. And so we got kind of all of our red, and once we have all that, oh, that was a weird way to say things.
You just were like that. Their words all became one.
Once we have all that put together, we're going to let that dry, and we'll be ready for the next step. But you can see just how much red is on this miniature.
Yeah, he's a really red dude.
Well, when you tackle it one color at a time, and this is why I like kind of an unspoken reason on why I like doing this light gray primer when I could easily be doing a black primer, is it also helps me see all the detail on the miniature.
Yeah, and what hasn't been touched yet.
Yeah, so you can see just how much red there is pretty clearly. Now, you may be thinking, and you're probably not thinking, but some people probably
I try not to.
Why didn't you paint the bricks red? There's a reason for that. I'm going to get back to that. Because his head is a chimney.
His head is it's kind of amazing that his head is a fireplace.
His beard is smoke.
It's awesome.
So we've got our Citadel Orc flesh here. This is going on the areas that are supposed to be green. And that's all we're worried about right now. We're not going to go back and do any highlighting. Actually, very similar to how we did Santa last week. We're not going to do any highlighting until we have the initial color blocking on everything. So that way, when it's time to highlight, all you do is target the areas you've already painted.
He's so festive.
He is.
I'm just, kind of looking at him. Hey, he has so many little details.
But he does and he doesn't. And what I mean by that, I will explain when I talk about this Griff Charger Orange. So we've got our Griff Hound Orange here. This is what I'm painting the chimney in. Why?
Because it kind of looks like clay.
Well, not really. It doesn't look anything like what it's supposed to look like, because it looks like traditional brick in all the reference photos I looked at of Heximas. But there is a reason I'm doing this, and it's because I don't want it to look too much like the red of the suit. So I'm going to do some other things to make the bricks more red than orange, and you're going to see that as we go. The thing that makes Heximas easy, and the thing that really kind of diminishes the difficulty people are assuming they're going to have with him, is that while there is a lot of detail on the miniature, all of that detail is predefined for you.
Yeah.
You're not trying to find a way to make this miniature look interesting. The details are there. They are sculpted on. You're dealing with a larger scale miniature. A lot of people who are doing miniature painting are painting in the 25 to 32 millimeter scale. These are up in the 54 millimeter scale range. I don't know if that's an exact number, but it's kind of in that area. And in this larger size mini with all these pre-sculpted materials, you know what you're targeting.
Yeah.
It's handled for you. While I say that, we're using the Apothecary paint, the Apothecary White contrast paint to paint everything that's white. I know I said it last week in the Santa episode. I'm going to say it again here. Contrast paints over a light base coat are a fantastic way to build base coats, even if you don't plan on the contrast being your final color. And a lot of times you shouldn't. But if you're trying to build up a base color, you could do a lot worse than using contrast paints to create your base on everything.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
what he said with the stuff in the thing.
That's very helpful commentary.
It really was, wasn't it? I'm okay. He's hypnotic to me. He's
hypnotic.
I just want to sit here and look at him and be like, well, what's this?
So his face
what's this?
So his face is black, probably from all the soot.
I mean, that makes sense.
So we're just going to, again, pull out our black Templar contrast paint. We're going to paint that black. It's a bit of a longer video than normal. It's not hugely long. It's still under 20 minutes, but a lot of our videos lately have been the 10 to 15 range.
Yeah.
Just because there is so much detail on them. But you can see if we move through methodically, again, looking at those references, his face is black, his belt is black. I think that was pretty much it.
He's just one of those models where, because he is so detailed, he's not complicated, he's detailed. You have to just go through and make sure, did I paint that? Yep. Okay. Painting and we're going to Wildwood.
Yep. He looks scarier than he is. So his hands and feet are some nasty brown looking color, and he's got toes sticking out of both socks. Those are toes.
Those are toes. Ew, Heximas, where are your shoes?
Santa didn't bring him any new shoes.
Well, that's because he obviously was trying to steal Christmas, and therefore was a bad boy. So you don't get Christmas presents if you're trying to steal Christmas.
See, that's one of those. Christmas. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Everybody's supposed to like Bad Boys, but then they don't get any Christmas presents.
Because he's
also Bad Boys was a good movie.
Yes, it was. But he's trying to steal Christmas. Don't steal Christmas.
I mean, was he?
Don't
you remember what Heximas did in his episode?
At the exact moment? No.
You didn't watch the Heximas episode. Neither did I.
Well, what did he try to do then?
I have no idea. It was a season we didn't watch.
Why are you berating me?
I was mostly calling you out on your BS. We don't know if he was trying to steal Christmas. Maybe he was just trying to...
Everybody tries to steal Christmas.
Maybe he was just trying to...
If you are fighting Santa...
Basilicanum Gray. This is where we're going to do the sootness. Oh, God.
That's doing it. I'm checking.
We're actively recording. We're live on air.
Yeah, it's not like they can see me actively looking up.
There's a webcam. We're live. We're live right now.
We are
the phone lines are hot. You can call us at 1-888-CRETONI or find us online. Just Google Cretoni Entertainment Rule 34. And oh no. She looked up Heximas. Your internet's broken.
The Rangers are surprised when they find mysterious Secret Santa gifts that put them under the spell of Heximas, an evil monster who plans to send everyone a cursed lump of coal on Earth so he can control the Earth.
He's
trying to ruin Christmas.
That's not, you said stealing Christmas, A. 2, that's not stealing Christmas. 3, that's the plot of an episode of Pinky and the Brain.
I mean...
It is. It was a beautiful episode of Pinky and the Brain. So, we've got our lead belcher. There's really only one place that this is going to go, and that's on the grate. He's got his teeth are the grate for the fireplace.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're using our canoptic alloy for a couple of reasons. It's kind of like a gold, but it's also a new paint that I got, and I'm having fun with it.
It's so pretty.
It's a nice gold.
I love that gold.
It's a very muted gold.
Yeah. I used it on one of the snake guys.
Snake guys.
I printed down from the one-page rules collection.
Snake guys.
They're snake robots.
Snake robots.
Snake robot.
I don't know what I'm doing.
You've been watching Doug, Judy, and Jake Peralta episodes, so you want to sing everything.
So I put things on in the background when I paint. I like having background noise.
Henceforth why we do nap times.
Yeah, I'm currently running through Brooklyn Nine-Nine again.
Yeah.
I love that show.
Yeah.
Fantastic show. Has one of the best.
Roomfang.
Yeah,
where we put Roomfang?
I don't remember. And Agri-Hex. We're going to find out in a second. No, actually, the garland that he kind of wraps around his waist is gold. So we're using our classic gold formula to make that happen. And we're doing that because we want it to look different than the canoptic alloy. And a keen eye will actually notice that we did not paint every bit of gold on Heximas when we use the canoptic alloy. And that's because we're going to revisit it with yet another gold as well. So we've got our Agrax dunes.
Agaros
dunes.
Agaros.
This is going on the turkey. He's got a turkey shoved into his back.
I think that's
I assume it's a jetpack.
It's a turkey jetpack.
So anyway, the cursed lump of coal, to mind control. That's literally a plot of Pinky and the Brain. If you ever watched Pinky and the Brain, the animated show that spun off from Animaniacs.
And considering that we have seen that most of our demographic is between the age of, what was it?
I don't know. You're in the
like
Pinky and the Brain
35
range.
and 50.
If you haven't watched it, though, I think you can probably find it somewhere on the interwebs. But there's a Christmas episode that is just absolutely beautiful, where Brain creates a mind control device, as he does. So this is that watch, by the way. It goes on top of the
orangey?
The
Greyhound
fireplace. The fireplace.
Yeah.
So Brain creates a device, and he actually does successfully mind control the Earth.
No, Brain wins for once.
He's going to give them one instruction, and that instruction was supposed to be, see him as the ruler of Earth or some nonsense like that. His second order would probably be get him like a burrito. But
no cheese.
Instead, the Christmas spirit overtakes him, and he orders everybody to have a Merry Christmas. Now, this is a little bit of a BS order because there's plenty of people in the world who legitimately do not celebrate Christmas.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say you and I don't celebrate it in a religious way.
No.
We celebrate it more as a familial holiday sort of way.
Yes, it is.
But however you celebrate it, or if you don't celebrate it, if you don't celebrate it, you probably at least get the benefit from a day off of work. So enjoy that at least, I suppose.
Yes.
I apologize that we don't give you the same day off of work for your chosen holiday. I'm personally on board with making all the winter holidays federal holidays.
My God,
so
yes.
I can take so much more time off work. That sounds like I'm diminishing people's religion. I'm not. Anyway, non oil.
That was a weird non sequitur kind of moment.
There's no way to kind of really clean up what I said.
No.
I don't mean it in the way that it probably is going to be taken. I just mean it'd be nice to have more days off from work. And also, I do believe it would be nice if people could go ahead and have their high holidays celebrated in the same regard that the traditional Christian one is.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. The world is stupid.
Yep.
The world's a terrible place, and we hate it. And
no, I mean, we don't hate
it. It's pretty bad. So we're doing the known oil over the turkey.
Turkey.
Because the Agros Dunes is very bright, and we just want to darken it up, but we don't want it to put a lot of effort into his back turkey.
I mean, is it weird that that's actually the thing I was looking at going, if I had painted one of these, I totally would have put far too much effort into the turkey.
I don't want to put more effort in the back turkey. I got plenty of effort going in the rest of the Minotaur. So
I hate
the Canoptic Aloe areas, they're going to get the wash as well. And we just make sure we're giving our nice Agros and known oil washes kind of all across the board.
Yep.
That's it. That's all we're doing. So you can see he's actually starting to come together, even though we haven't done any of the highlights really yet. Because again, we just stay careful about our blocking.
And kind of make sure you're hitting all the major
and we put the wash over the star. And so now he's got some other things going on with all these different bows and whatnot. And we want them to be a different kind of color than the rest of them. So we've got this carmine red, we've got this scarlet red, we've got our Evil Sun scarlet, we've got this Mephiston red.
Oh, and corn red.
And our corn red. So we're going over everything red, and we're using a lot of different shades of red. So the areas that are going to get the Evil Sun scarlet are like the main bodysuit. Apparently this video is currently out of order. Did you drink when you were putting this one together? Probably. You should not drink and edit. Anyway, well, this is the dead white. This is definitely an out of order clip. I labeled all these when I uploaded them. I gave them numbers, and this is clearly the wrong number. Anyway, I like when you even try to do it right. It's still kind of. I know when I put in effort. It's you know what? Nobody's going to watch this far into the video. If you watch this far into the video, call me out on this and something dark side. Okay. So this is dead white. Dead white is going to highlight all the areas we previously done in the
Hey, you can see some of those places where you put all of those other reds.
And the ribbon. Well, I think we're going to get back to the red probably. I don't know, maybe. If it doesn't come back, it means that clip got destroyed somehow, and then I'm not happy about that.
And then obviously the gold also.
No, we're back. We're back. We just went back until I mislabeled it. Wow. I did. So the bodysuit itself gets that. Nope,
we're getting a green now.
Interesting.
Because the gold wasn't on there before either.
Wow, something went very wrong there, guys. So anyway, same basic idea. We're using multiple different greens and our squid pink, and there's areas in the candy cane that are pink. And we're using one green on the wrappings for the candle. We're going to the dead white now. This is supposed to be before the other clip that just happened.
Here's your Christmas miracle.
You know what? We're in too deep at this point. We are in way too deep at this point.
Guys,
So I'm going
painting.
to ignore what's happening on the screen. Let me just kind of go through what actually happened. Your dead white is going to be used to highlight all your white areas.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious. We've done that before on other Rangers. This shouldn't be a concern. Your greens are going to be used to highlight your greens. Your reds are going to be used to highlight your reds. And what I did was his main bodysuit got the traditional Evil Sun Scarlet Red, because that's the traditional color we use for like Red Rangers. Then there's the ribbons on him. I used one of the other reds for the ribbons. I used the corn red, the darkest red inside the candy cane, and did the same thing with the greens. I said, okay, I want his his trim on his white and green armor platings to have one green.
You labeled the white.
Actually, I think this is the same clip. I think it got repeated.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, feel like we've been here before. Deja vu. Deja vu.
But so anyway, I gave the Christmas tree one shade of green. I gave that elemental bolt green to the left shoulder candle, right shoulder candle if you're looking at it through the camera. It has a wrapping of green. I did the elemental bolt green because it's a different shade of green. And I used the War Boss green, which is the lightest green, on kind of those armor linebacker shoulder pads he's got going on.
Yeah, those are pretty epic.
And you don't have to do that. You can use all one shade of green if you want. I did it so there's nice, subtle color differences spread throughout the model. There's a lot going on here, so I want a lot of different pops of color to make everything work.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
No, it does.
All right. So,
Yep.
Let's see what this next clip is.
No, this is all. This okay.
We don't know what's happening.
Now we're getting yellows.
Golden. What did I paint yellow?
The candle flames.
Oh, no! I just went nuts on a bunch of stuff here.
Oh, you're just gonna go ballistic?
Yeah,
Are you about to go crazy, go nuts?
No, what did I... So the elfic flesh was for his toenails.
Ew.
And his fingernails. All right. The yellow was for his eyeballs.
Ah.
Because he's got yellow eyes. I do go nuts in a minute. Maybe, I don't know. These clips are clearly labeled wrong. In our most...
that you never preview what you're about to have us voiceover.
I do not. That seems like a lot of effort. I need a professional editor that I can pay in Tim Hortons.
You don't have any Tim Hortons.
I also need a never-ending supply of Tim Hortons to pay my editor. This is quite the quandary I'm in here with the global supply chain crisis. I may not be able to get this stuff.
Okay, we got an Agrax now. Where's that going?
I don't know.
So
there's a bunch of colors.
All the colors.
A bunch of colors. This is for all the different stuff on him. So if you look at like the ornaments on the tree in the show, they're all one color, one note. I don't want to do that. And he's got some ornaments like on his actual costume, and I don't want to do that either. So I painted them all different colors. Now I've got 3 different contrast paints we're busting out. So you can see them on the tree there. They're all different colors presently. We've got 3 different contrast paints we're busting out. We've got a yellow, a darker yellow, and an orange. And we're going through one area at a time. And while it's still wet, we're doing layers of contrast paint. So near the base of the candle, it's going to be the Eodin yellow, because that's the lightest. And then we're going to take the Nazdrag yellow, which is darker than that, and put that on top of the Eodin, but leave a little of the Eodin untouched. And then just on the tip of the candle there, so you see there's my Eodin. In comes the Nazdrag here. And I did 1 candle at a time just because this stuff dries quickly. And then the Grifthound... orange at the top, and this is going to give us a nice faux blended flame effect as we jump into the Ember Orange and the Abaddon Black. And apparently we're about done with Heximas because I'm screwed this video up really hard. But all the multiple colors in there, they're flat, simple colors. Oh, and a
canoptic alloy again?
Yes, to do the rings around the candles.
Ah, ring around the candle.
So all the ornaments I just did a different color. It doesn't matter what colors you use. It's just something I splashed in different colors for. You're going to see a still photo of him in a second where you can really kind of see all the different colors. And that's it. That's basically Heximas. He's just a matter of patience and blocking out your colors. He's not complicated. He's not hard, but he did ruin Christmas by having the video out of order. Like and subscribe for more content. Hit the bell button for notification. We will see you guys in the new year with more Power Rangers Heroes of the Grid.
Bye! Chris really screwed the pooch on this one.